Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Waldwick Winter and Spring Sports Award Ceremony. This is a celebration we didn't expect to have. It's definitely different than what we're used to. Our winter dinner was canceled along with our spring season, and that was certainly not ideal. Our 2020 seniors have put in 4 years of their heart and soul into our programs, and we can't wait to celebrate them tonight. Before we begin our coaches' presentation, I want to take this opportunity to thank a group of people who continue to support our athletic program and contribute to our success. Dr. Casarico, Superintendent of Schools, members of our Board of Education, Mr. Carroll, Mr. Clancy, our faculty and staff, Valentina Estevez, our athletic secretary, Jeff Basilicato, our trainer, all of our bus drivers, our parents, and our booster club. Our 2020 seniors has definitely contributed so much to our program as well. They've had an unbelievable career here at Waldwick. I'm going to let the coaches speak about their numerous accomplishments. But for me, their hard work, consistent effort, and dedication to their teammates has been inspiring to me. I already miss watching them play and compete. But what I'm really going to miss is seeing them in the hallway, watching a game with them while their friends are playing, and seeing them grow into the amazing young men and women that they are. I want to wish the 2020 seniors all the best of luck next year and in the future. You will always be warriors. All right, we're going to get to the coaches' presentation. We're going to start with the winter teams first. So first up is going to be Coach Plew and the cheer team.
Hi everybody, Coach Plew here, and I'm presenting for Winter Competition Cheer. This season we were able to compete in about 4 competitions. I really just wanted to give a big shout out to all of our parents for your love and support throughout the entire season. This season we did not have any seniors, but I wanted to give a big shout out to the entire class of 2020. We will miss you, and good luck with everything. Go Warriors!
Next up, Coach Clark and the girls basketball team.
Hello, Coach Clark here. Another year of Waldwick girls basketball under our belts, and before I even start talking about the girls basketball team, just want to say how impressed I am with the 2020 seniors. Went through really tough times here, and you guys are flying through with flying colors. And I'm very proud to be associated with such a great group, especially at Waldwick High School. You guys are going to do great things. This will make you stronger in the long run. At this moment, we don't need the pep talk, but you guys should really be commended for all the great things you're doing and how you're fighting through and your perseverance and your just your overall grit and fight that you show to get through such a tough time. Congratulations on your high school graduations. As I said, I'm here for the girls basketball team, and I want to talk about 2 seniors that we had on our team this year. 2 took very different paths to the season for us this year. Number 1, we'll start out with Emma Kiernan, who played freshman year, was injured, and missed sophomore and junior year, but stayed on as a team statistician / manager. Was always upbeat, always a wonderful presence, loved having her around, and then senior year said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to come back and play. Whether my foot really is bothering me or not, I'm going to try to fight through it. And she did, had to sit out some practices, miss some practices, couldn't go some days, but you know what? Always had a smile on, never a problem, always respectful, an outstanding student athlete. A great person to be around, makes me a better person for being around her, our coaching staff better people for being around her. We're super, super proud to have had the ability and the honor to coach her. Emma Kiernan is an amazing young woman and a great student athlete. She's what it's all about. She is what it is all about. Thank you for your 4 years, Emma, and best of luck as you move forward in your future endeavors. Please do not be that person we don't see. We want to see you when you're back around, when you're visiting. Come see us. We look forward to it. You're a wonderful person, and thank you for being you. Our next senior, I could go on and on. You know, the paths, I said the paths were different. Kelly Griffin, KG, as I like to call her, was just a coach's dream to coach. She started out as a freshman, never intimidated, always was the first in the scrum for a loose ball, fought for rebounds, did the little things, never complained, I go back to being coachable, coachability, being a team leader, knowing her role at certain times in her career. Earlier on in her career, it was loose balls, rebounds, move the ball. As she became an older player into her junior year, we needed her to score more. She did. She did everything we could ask for. We had such high hopes for her senior year, but her path, the injury path, happened senior year. In our game against Hasbrook Heights, in our Christmas tournament. And, you know, it's hard to even talk about that now because I know how much it meant to Kelly. And that's what hurt the most. As a parent and as an educator, you have moments where you want to do something that you can't do. You can't make it all right. There was nothing that I could say or do to take away the pain and hurt of that injury, and it would keep me up nights. Kelly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being you. In a world where things are looked at with a fine-tooth comb, broken down, analyzed, overanalyzed, repeated, you never complained. You never had a bad word to say about another player. You were always a great teammate. You were always about team first. You wanted to win more than anyone I've ever coached. You have a fight in you that is unmatched. You, and I say this in the most positive of ways, you took the leadership of Ashley Bushkins the year before, and it's like you soaked it all in, and you were ready to be that person, and your season was cut short, but you still were a leader. I don't have to talk about a stat. I don't have to talk about a number. Those don't mean anything. What it means is how you've impacted the girls in this program from being you, not for scoring a basket, not for rebounding a basketball, not for stealing a pass, not for shutting down great scorers. You are what it is all about. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for that. You're a rare find. Many people will try to be just like you on the floor. And that means you did your job. People want to be like you. You played 3 sports passionately. You gave everything that you have inside your body for the Waldwick Warriors in volleyball, in basketball, and in lacrosse. I thank you for everything. Words don't give the justice that it deserves. You see what I'm saying? You are special, and I thank you for being you. I wish you the best of luck in college, playing lacrosse at Ramapo. I really will be following you, and I just want to say thank you to Emma and to Kelly. Thank you for everything. You guys are absolutely amazing, and you're going to be very tough to replace. Thank you for everything. Everyone, stay strong. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. Thank you for the time to talk about these two wonderful young women. Thank you.
All right, moving right along, Coach E and the wrestling team.
Hello, everyone. I am presenting for wrestling, and I am Coach Iliopoulos. Our two seniors this year were a very special pair. They helped us achieve things that haven't been achieved in years for our wrestling program. They were great leaders, and I was very proud to have coached them. Our first senior is Varun Kumar. Came to us from India, never knowing how to wrestle, had a little bit of a judo background, and all he wanted to do was win, and win he did. From one of the first times I ever saw him on the mat, he had a spark about him, an enthusiasm about him, that we knew he was going to be a special type of wrestler. Always wanting to get the pin, he gave it to us whenever we needed one. We have a motto on our wrestling team, and it's pinners always win. And no one took that quite more literally than Varun. Varun, his first year ever wrestling, had 21 wins. Last season, he had 24. Gave him 45 wins in 2 years, and if he had been with us for 4 years, I know he would have been a 100-win career wrestler. He had a positive impact on our team from day one. One of his greatest qualities is being an excellent teammate. He loves his teammates. He loves his team. He loves his coaches. There's never a time when he's not willing to help us in any way. Helping the younger wrestlers, helping the coaches, and helping the program. There's never, ever a boring moment when Varun is on the mat. He is a pinning machine. He's a headlock master, and we loved watching him. Always, always exciting. And I also never had an athlete who loved Waldwick High School, Waldwick Athletics, as much as Varun. This young man bleeds Waldwick blue. It's amazing to watch how much he loves this town, the school, and athletics. I know I'm going to miss Varun a lot, especially his personality and his work ethic and his attitude. Those things you can't teach. And the younger kids looked up to that, and they wanted to emulate it. So I know the team will be losing a great asset as Varun to the program and to the team, but he is going to be taking those assets elsewhere and helping others as much as he helped us. So Varun, good luck in everything you do, and I hope you have a great, great career and life outside of wrestling. Our next senior, Mac Guerra, is a 4-year starter. When I first saw Mac Guerra step onto our mat, he was literally under 90 pounds. Now the weight class is 106 pounds, so he's giving up more than a quarter of his weight to all the opponents that he wrestled. He was tough. He never let his size determine how good of a wrestler he would become. His freshman year, he posted a record of 20 wins, which was very impressive for a freshman, especially at that weight class, and especially being as undersized as he was. Matty was lucky. His freshman year, he had a lot of wrestlers to look up to and emulate, and boy did he do that. Over the next 4 years, I've watched Matt grow, not only physically, but also as a leader of our team. Matt worked himself to becoming one of the top wrestlers in his weight class in the county. He was always exciting to watch. When I would turn to Matt and say, Matt, we need a win here, he would go out and get it for us. He helped the younger wrestlers on the team by his work ethic and him always stopping to help them whenever they could. He was a great role model for the younger wrestlers, and that's what made him such a great captain. Not only was he a great teammate, but as a wrestler, Matty posted a career winning record of 105 wins. That puts him in the top wrestlers ever to step on the mat at Waldwick High School. So not only will Matt be missed on the mat for his accomplishments, but he will be missed dearly by the coaching staff, by his teammates, and for me personally, to having coached Matt for 4 years and seeing him become the man he's become, I'm very proud to be his coach, to know him, and there's no one I will miss more terribly than him on the mat, in the room, and just to see him in the school. So, to our seniors, good luck. I hope that the future is bright. I know it will be. And unfortunately, we're in this situation together, but I know that you two, for sure, will come out of it better in the future. So, to all of you, all the seniors, all the athletes who missed out on their spring seasons, I feel terribly about it. I don't know how I would have reacted, but I know that you guys are all taking it in stride, and I know you guys will come out stronger on the other end of this. So, have a great summer, seniors. Have fun at college.
All right, Coach Rock and the boys basketball team.
Good evening. This is Eddie Renzio, head boys basketball coach at Waldwick High School, and I'd like to wish the class of 2020 the best of luck on their future endeavors. This year we had a good season. All three teams, our freshman, JV, and varsity, had double-digit victories, and we qualified for numerous tournaments. I'd like to special thanks to my assistant coaches, Greg McBain, our junior varsity coach, Dan Staley, our freshman coach, and our scorekeeper, who does a lot of work behind the scenes, Hudson Davis. Our team was very diverse in our classes. We had our freshman up and coming, Tyler Koning. Tyler was a defensive prowess, very good defensive player, just a very good overall player. He came in as a freshman and contributed right away, which is key, and Tyler has a huge future for us here at Waldwick. Our sophomore class is probably one of our best athletic classes that I've had overall coaching in my entire time, not only here at Waldwick, but my previous stops. And our first sophomore is Frankie Casper. Frankie is a tremendous athlete, plays with a lot of grit and intensity, and he's going to have a very bright future. Kyle Carroll, an all-around player, can pass, dribble, shoot, defend, rebounds. Kyle plays with a great amount of intensity that the other players feed off of. Probably one of our most athletic players, and is just getting better and better, is Makai Cherry. Makai has only played organized basketball for a few years, and his athleticism is willing to get better, and just his overall work ethic is going to make him a very good player in the next couple of years. Our floor general is Kyle Janky. Kyle, again, if you look at Kyle, he's decisively quick. He does an excellent job of handling the basketball. He's a very good passer. And again, with the next 2 years, I think Kyle's going to make a really big impact on our basketball team. Our leading scorer this year is just a total gym rat that put time in shooting in the off-season, getting stronger, playing in various camps. Logan Winger. Logan is going to be a very good player for us now and in the future. Our junior class is just a bunch of players that are just true workaholics. Okay, they work hard every single day. Our first is John Tortorella. John is constantly in the gym working on his game, getting his body in shape, and I think John's going to have a really, really good senior year. Stephen Minervini. Stevie's just grit and intensity. Whatever you ask Steve to do, that's what he'll do. He'll score, he'll pass, he'll defend. If there's a loose ball, he's the first one to dive on it. He just plays with that edge that every coach loves. Anthony George. Anthony is a very versatile player. He can play inside, he can play outside, he can rebound, defend, shoot. I think Anthony's going to have a very, very big senior year. Probably our most improved player since he was a freshman till now. Very, very team-oriented, true leader. Again, workaholic is Tommy Dell and Aguilar. And Tommy, again, has gotten better and better every year, and I think he's going to have a huge senior year. One of a pleasant surprise this past season is Marvin Fawzi. Marvin got himself in good shape, and Marvin's an excellent, excellent shooter, and I think he's going to really contribute to next year's squad. Our seniors. Our seniors have been with me since I started here. I remember the first weekend I got the job. We went over to Ramapo team camp at Ramapo College, and it was a learning experience for them and myself, and they've been with me ever since. Summer leagues, fall leagues, during the season, open gyms, weightlifting, and I really appreciate their dedication to the program. Our first senior is Sebi Gonzales. Sebi is just the Energizer Bunny. He goes as hard as he can every second of every day. In practice, he was always the one leading the drills, the scrimmages. He would play with great intensity. And Sebi had a knack for lightening up the moment. He would make a witty comment or take a crazy shot or just do something that would lighten up the mood, and that's Sebi Gonzales. Our next senior is Dom Moscatello, and Dom is an excellent shooter, and Dom is great working with our younger kids. Dom has worked with me for my basketball camps the last 2 years, and he does a great job instructing the kids and working with them. He brings a lot of enthusiasm to his job. As a player, Dom is an excellent shooter. I can remember back to our game in the Bergen County Invitational Tournament against Old Japan. We were down, Dom came in and drilled 3 big threes that got us back in the game. We eventually wound up losing the game, unfortunately, in overtime, but it wasn't for Dom. Who knows if the game would have gotten to that point. And I wish him the best of luck, and that's Dom Moscatello. Our next senior is Ryan Kilgallon. Ryan was our center for the last 2 years, and this year we had to change his positions with Tyler and Tommy coming up to the varsity level. Ryan was an excellent leader. He talked to the players. He worked hard in practice. He would give them instructions when they needed it. And again, I hope one day he does go into coaching, because I think he would be an excellent coach. Ryan did a very good job for us, and I really appreciate all he did, and I wish him the best of luck. Another senior is Evan Terabithia, and when it comes to Evan, I think the word just the workhorse, or the phrase workhorse. Evan doesn't say much, but when you ask him to do it, he does it. It's covering the team's biggest player, the team's smallest player, the quickest player, whatever it did. Evan was always willing to do it. Never complained, never did anything. That he just did what he had to do. His best game was our state game against Cresskill, where I believe he had 10 points and just made overall very good plays, and I wish Evan the best of luck. Our final senior is Andrew Dickman. Andrew had an excellent year. He's kind of your Swiss Army knife, just does a little bit of everything well. Andrew would handle the basketball, he would score, he would rebound, he'd play multiple positions. He would play point guard some games. One game, I think he played center for a little while. And he did an excellent job. And one thing is, Andrew's timing was excellent. In our game against Old Japan in the Bergen County Invitational, Andrew had a great overall game with steals, passes, blocks, and rebounds. And probably one of our biggest wins of the year was our game against Hawthorne Christian in Hawthorne Christian. And it was a tight game. We ran a play, and Andrew threw a perfect pass to Mackay, who scored the layup and was fouled to seal the game. And I wish Andrew, along with our other seniors, the best of luck.
Okay, we're moving on to the spring teams. Up first, golf and Coach Cosgrove.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Cosgrove. I'm the varsity golf coach. This is my 3rd year at the helm. I just want to take this time to say that I'm very proud and fortunate to be associated with the Waldwick community. what the town has done over the last 2 months is truly a testament to its character, and I'm just very lucky to be involved, and I want to say thank you. I'd also like to give a few acknowledgments as well. Thank you, Dr. Casarico, Board of Education, and Mr. Carroll for all you've done for the school and town. Mike Mayer, our athletic director, has been a rock. Our beloved athletic trainer, Boz, thank you. The Booster Club, every year they give us a donation, and it goes a long way, let me tell you. And any chance that you can support them, absolutely take advantage of it. I'd also like to say thank you to my assistant coach, Paul Pugliese. He's been with me for 3 years. Very fortunate to have him, and I'm really going to miss the time we spend in the golf cart, but I know you'll be ready for next year. As far as the 2020 season goes, even though we had graduated 6 seniors last year, there was a lot of excitement around this year's team. I miss having the conversations leading up to the season, and we had picked up a few new players, and we returned a nice young core of underclassmen: Connor Dillon, Gavin Deacon, Big Tom Delaglio. I know you guys would have stepped up this year, and very excited to get back on the course with you guys next year. We're going to be relying heavily on you guys. As far as seniors go, this might take a while. We have the one and only Ryan Feldman, and he was poised for an even bigger breakout year than what he had his junior year. And I feel for you, kid. I know you would have challenged some of the top golfers in our very competitive league, and it's just, I wish you can go on your own terms, but I know that's not the case. But you have a lot to be proud of. From where you started your sophomore year up until now is truly a testament to your work ethic and your passion for the sport, and it's paid off. You'll be attending New Jersey City University, where you'll also be playing on our golf team. So I just want to wish you the best of luck there. I know you'll excel both in the classroom and outside. And as a token for our appreciation, we got you a bunch of customized Warrior golf balls. It has our team logo on it. So I know, I hope you'll appreciate that. And with these closing remarks, class of 2020, my heart truly goes out to you guys. It might take you a while to come to terms with what's happened, but know through this whole experience it will make you stronger, and I really truly believe it will give you a better perspective on life. And I'm really going to miss the class of 2020. It's been an absolute honor to teach you in the classroom, to coach you on the field, and it's been something, and I'm going to miss you guys. With that being said, guys, thank you for all you've done. Thank you for all the fond memories, and please, please, please stay in touch with the Waldwick community.
Next, we have Coach Timmreck and the boys lacrosse team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Timmreck. I'm the head coach of the Waldwick boys varsity lacrosse program. But of course, you already knew that from this amazing set design I have here at my house. This is my first year with the program, and I think what made it so hard is that we were able to get out there for a couple weeks and get a taste of how much fun we could have had this season. A lot of things make a season fun. Games being one of them. Winning games, of course, another. But what really makes a season fun and memorable is the guys you get to show up every day with at practice. And we were able to experience that for a short time. 4 folks were mainly responsible for creating this fun atmosphere at practice, and that was our 4 seniors. I didn't know them for a long time, but the short time I knew them was plenty of time for them to make an impact on me. So I'd like to say a few things about each one of them. Varun Kumar. I'll never forget the very first lacrosse meeting we had. We went around the room and everyone introduced themselves and talked about the experience they had playing lacrosse. And Varun said he was brand new to the game. Didn't even have his equipment yet. But you look at Varun and dude is just an athlete. I cannot wait for him to get out on the field and have him mix his wrestling and football athleticism with a lacrosse stick in his hand. Sure enough, day 1, he gets out there and he gave it everything he had. The guy's just a force. It's truly a shame he was not able to showcase those talents and show people that you can pick up a new game, a new sport, and learn how to be good at it if you have the right attitude. A quick funny story about Varun, I asked him to do face-offs, which is very hard to do. And I had him go up against an experienced player right away. Boom, bodied the experienced player, got the ball, and the experienced player just stood up and said, "Yep, Varun's our guy. We're going with him this season." It was pretty funny, but it just showed that if you have the right attitude and you give 100% effort, you can pick up a new sport and be really good at it. So Varun, I know you'll take this attitude and this effort and use it for the future on your next adventure. Connor Johnson. I'll always remember the first time I saw Connor. He was walking down the hall towards our first meeting, and I didn't know he was a lacrosse player, but he was wearing this goofy hat, and lacrosse players have this funny, goofy side, sometimes weird side to them, which I think makes them special. And of course, comes to the meeting, was a lacrosse player, is a lacrosse player, and turns out a really good one. So, Connor's time on the field was spent trying to get better every single second. Anytime he was asked to do something, he wouldn't just do it, he would do it over and over and over again. He was doing every drill with a purpose because he wanted to get better. He wanted to perfect things. We had a plan to have him play two positions this season, attack and midfield. We wanted him on the field at all times and to be around the ball as much as we could have him. I wish we could have seen that. I know with how much effort he put into getting better at lacrosse, he'll do that in the future on his next adventure. Charles Vingdell. CJ, leader of our defense. CJ is one of those players that every coach wishes to have on his team. He's not only athletic with really good stick skills, but he had this desire to get better and to get his teammates better, which made him special. He wanted to learn about new strategies, new plays, could not wait to start learning about new slide packages and the right way to communicate on the field. He would ask me questions before and after every practice to try and get better, to try to learn the game and make himself and his teammates better. Bottom line, CJ just wanted the program to get better, and he wanted to be a part of that. The team and our defense will for sure miss you, CJ, but your attitude and characteristics will get you very far in the future on your next adventure. Matthew Pompeo. Matt, always first one at practice, always last to leave. Here's a guy with all the characteristics of leadership, and he would have been our general on the field. Matt would show up to the locker room first. He would take out his Bluetooth speaker, turn it up really loud, drown out my music. But he was doing that to get himself and his teammates ready for practice, and I really appreciated that, even though the music was questionable. Matt would ask questions before and after every practice about our offense, riding, clearing, even ask about our defense. He was a guy that I could go to and ask if we were doing the right drills, if people liked them, if people didn't like them, what we should be doing more of, less of, and he would always give me an honest answer. I think he'll make a great coach one day. Every great team has a guy like Matt, not just in lacrosse, but in life. I'm sure Matt will use these leadership skills in the future on his next adventure. I've only known these guys for a short time, but they made a big impact on me, as I'm sure they will with others in the future. I know they have all the right characteristics and qualities to be successful. I wish you guys all the best. We're building a program here in Waldwick, and you four were the first leaders of it. Just know you'll always be welcome back to be a part of it anytime you'd like. Good luck to all of you.
Next up, Coach DiLorenzo and the girls lacrosse team.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to be presenting for the girls lacrosse team, and I'm going to be acknowledging our two seniors, Skylar Acker and Kelly Griffin. Skylar is a 4-year letter winner for the girls lacrosse team. She has a true passion for the game of lacrosse, and it showed on and off the field during practice, games, and at team events. Over the past 3 years as her coach, Skylar offered many ideas for practice drills, plays for games, and provided feedback to teammates so they can improve on their respective roles on our team. She was a strength and the heart of our attack and did whatever she needed to do to play to the best of her ability. She pushed herself to her limits when it came to practice drills, running through the plays, and sprints at practice. These attributes are what made her a leader and a positive role model for all the members of our team over the past 4 years that she contributed. Skylar will be continuing her lacrosse career as a member of the Arcadia University women's lacrosse team. Skylar, I have no doubts that you're going to make as much of an impact in college as you did here at Waldwick. I feel lucky to have been your coach for the past 3 years, and I wish you the best of luck in your college career. The next player that I'd like to acknowledge is Kelly Griffin. Kelly is a 4-year letter winner for girls lacrosse. She is a tremendous athlete and has always made conditioning, endurance, and practice drills seem effortless. Her athletic abilities made her a key player on our team. She was always willing to do what she needed to do to help the team with no questions asked. Kelly never let a tough game, a failed play, or an error get the best of her. Instead, she focused on what to do better next time. This played such an important part in leading the rest of our team, and I'm grateful for the way that she influenced the rest of her teammates during the tough times and how she inspired them to continue through the highs. Kelly will be continuing her lacrosse career as a member of the Ramapo College women's lacrosse team. Kelly, keep working hard, as I have no doubts that you will, and you're going to have such a successful career at Ramapo. To Kelly and Skylar, I can't thank you enough for what you've contributed to this program. As a small token of my appreciation, you both will be receiving a personalized engraved keychain with your name, your jersey number, and your graduation year. I hope this will help you to remember your high school career as a positive and memorable one. I wish you both the best of luck in your college career, and I know that you're going to do amazing things because you both are such dedicated athletes, and I'm excited to follow you over these next 4 years. To the rest of the senior class, congratulations on all of your accomplishments and good luck on your next endeavor. Thank you all for your time.
All right, we're moving on to the tennis team. Coach Achterbeck.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 2020 Sports Celebration, recognizing the wonderful accomplishments of all of our seniors as they've done so much for not just our sports program, but for our school in general. So, first of all, I would like to thank the Booster Club for their great support for us over the years. The Town Council, Mayor, Board of Education, Administration, Mr. Mayor, phenomenal job. Thank you so much for all of your support for the coaches and also the athletes. Congratulations to all of the athletes. You've done such an amazing job over the last 3 years, working hard, achieving goals, and doing wonderful things for yourself. Parents, you should be so proud of each and every one of these young, fine young people. So, obviously, this season is not what we imagined. However, it doesn't take anything away from all that they've accomplished. I, as a tennis coach, really have had the absolute honor and privilege to coach this wonderful, wonderful group of senior boys. A few years ago, our numbers were down a little bit, and I began discussing with some of the guys that I had in class if they would be interested in coming out for the team. And I have to say that these 4 seniors really resurrected our program, and they've been an absolute joy and an absolute privilege for me to work with them as their coach. And not just as players, but really as people, to get to know them. They're wonderful, wonderful young men. So I would like to recognize each one. First of all, we are going to recognize Senior Gabe Misawa. Gabe is one of the most unique, intelligent, fun-loving people you ever want to meet and ever want to know. It's been such a privilege to coach him and to have him in class as well. He's intelligent. He's curious intellectually. He is a guy that can discuss everything from politics to sociology to philosophy to sports to you name it. A true well-rounded guy. Gabe had some great matches for us the last 3 years. One thing I can remember that's really kind of sticks out in my mind was he was kind of a reserve doubles player sophomore year, and we play in a tournament every year in Hackensack, and I needed him to play third singles, so he jumped all the way up to third singles and did a great job. Another thing I remember about Gabe that's really a memory that'll stick in my mind is the fact that he is one of the greatest sportsman players you'll ever want to meet. Always having conversations with the guys on the other team. There's no refs in tennis, so you can kind of interact more freely. And Gabe would play his matches while having ongoing discussions about who knows what, maybe philosophy, who knows. Other players appreciated him, other coaches appreciated him, I appreciated him. Gabe, best of luck to you in your upcoming years in college. I know you're going to do great things. Next up, we have senior Nathaniel Safar. Nathaniel has developed a wonderful appreciation and passion for the sport of tennis. A newcomer only a couple years ago, Nathaniel really elevated his game, and his skills just exploded on the court. He played doubles for us, he played some singles, and he was the guy that would always stay after practice and always work and put in those extra minutes to really improve his game. Outside of tennis, Nate's one of the most well-rounded students you ever want to have in class. Excels in the classroom. He's in the drama club, and he's in countless other extracurricular activities. Just a joy to know, a joy to coach, a great conversationalist. That's one thing I always remember about Nate. Just really an absolute pleasure to have on the team. Nate, you're going to do great things moving forward in life. Stop by and visit and let me know how you're doing. So it's been a pleasure to have you. Good luck, Nate. Next up, we have senior Joe Safiati. Joe is another guy who came out as a sophomore, and Joe developed an absolute joy and love for the game of tennis. He is so intellectual that you could just see him dissect each point and dissect each match. He would dissect his opponent. His skill level just increased so phenomenally over the past 3 years that I'm absolutely sure he would have been one of the top singles players in our league this year. He really combined hustle and grit and determination along with that skill and intellectualism. He had some of the longest matches on our team. You know, everybody would be finished and Joe would still be out there. The reason why was because win, lose, ahead, behind, it didn't matter. Joe gave 110% on every point, got to every ball, and I'll always remember his determination and hustle combined with his superior knowledge of the game and intuition as well. He's a great student. I have had him in several classes along with the other guys. And Joe, it's been wonderful coaching you. I absolutely know you're going to do great things in life. So best of luck to you, Joe. Last up, we have Brandon Bargah. Brandon came out a couple years ago. I knew Brandon a little bit and his athleticism and some other sports, and sure enough, he transferred those skills over to tennis and became just a great, great contributor to our program. He, as well, was never out of a point. He hustled, he showed determination, he worked hard in practice and in matches, and he played doubles, singles, very versatile player, just a great guy to be around, a true leader. Brandon has all the qualities of a budding, emerging leader, and I hope he knows that and moves forward in life with that assurance and becomes an inspiration to others, as he's been in our program as well. Brandon, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for all of your contributions to the tennis program over the past few years. For your senior gifts this year, I have a kind of like a collage of a word cloud of all the different sayings and phrases and things that have to do with tennis with your name in the middle. I will get that to you shortly. It's an 8x10 matted print. So all the seniors, I just can say once again that I've really loved coaching you and appreciate your dedication to the program and the way that you moved Waldwick tennis forward. And I'm looking forward to all the great things that you are going to accomplish in life. Class of 2020, best of luck to all of you moving forward. And you're going to do great things. So congratulations. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Coach Kilgallon and the softball team.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Carroll, video production crew, thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the softball program. This is usually the time where we thank and congratulate all the other spring sports on their successes that they've achieved, and we thank those who offer so much to the student athletes of Waldwick. But this year, as we all know, is very unique, and as a result, what I have to say as comments will be unique as well. Because the circumstance is so unique, it takes unique and amazing kids to sustain and handle a situation like this. And our softball seniors fit the bill. Jess Parsons and Casey Centennial are two of the greatest kids I've ever been lucky enough to coach, which covers 29 different varsity seasons in various sports. I've had the utmost pleasure to tell you a little bit about their accomplishments on the field, but more importantly, the impact that they've had on the Waldwick softball community and on me personally. I'll start with Jess Parsons. Throughout her career, she played 57 games. She has a career batting average of .380 with 43 hits, 33 RBI, 33 runs scored. An epic at-bat that nobody will forget was the 10th inning walk-off single versus Emerson in a 12-pitch at-bat that may have won us a league championship. She's a complete workaholic who lived on the batting tee and took as much batting practice as any player that I've ever coached. She always spoke up for herself, had no regrets, lived in the moment, and she was so endearing to her teammates as a result of that. She said thank you to the coaches after every day of softball. That's summer ball, fall ball, spring, a game, a practice, anything. She thanked her coaches, and now it's our opportunity to thank her and for everything that she did for the softball program. Thank you, Jess. Casey Centennial. She played 71 games in her career, so when you start to hear these numbers, they're truly astounding. In 71 games, she batted .463. She had 95 hits, 33 doubles, 9 home runs, 91 RBI, and 65 runs scored. That's in 71 games played. She hit a monstrous home run at Montclair State University last year that will be on people's minds for years to come. She moved positions after being an all-league center fielder for the good of the team, and she led us as the team captain for 2 years in a serious and meaningful way. Besides encouraging and supporting her teammates, Casey maintained a level of communication that great leaders do. She's one of the best hitters to play softball at Waldwick High School, and her teammates should be thankful for the leadership that she offered, and Jess offered as well, and we are thankful that we've had the chance for them to lead us this year. These girls, despite the gloomy outlook on the possibility of having a season, were admirably positive throughout. Even on the day it was determined that virtual learning would last through the end of the school year, which essentially ended our hopes of having a spring season, our senior captain's first comments spoke volumes about them as people. Casey showed empathy of a champion and told her teammates that she was there for them anytime they needed it, despite having heard some devastating news for her being a senior. And Jess reminded the team that we had a fundraising endeavor that we needed to finish and to feel great about, something that we had control over, which is an amazing quality of hers. While their respective statistics are impressive, Their personal characteristics are truly those of role models, a tribute to their parents and their families. Lastly, to prepare for this season, Casey and I decided to have a coordinated effort to both read a book called Finished It. And it's a book about the Alabama softball team from a couple of years back that wound up winning a national championship. Their coach was Patrick Murphy, and he discusses in the book when he was a kid, one of the highlights of going to his grandmother's house was when they finished a meal, Grandma would say, "Keep your forks." And it kind of became a little bit of a motto for one of his teams later on, "Keep your forks." And it simply meant that what has happened is done, but there's something better coming. And for Patrick Murphy, keep the forks meant dessert. But our final message to Jess, Casey, and to all the other senior athletes at Waldwick High School is to keep your fork. Don't let this situation abruptly take away your inspiration the way it took away your spring season or your softball at bats. Jess, Casey, take this challenge to keep your fork, just like you've met every other challenge in high school. You did not choose to be in this position. You don't deserve to be in this position, but this is where we are. The only thing you know for sure is that today will either be better or worse than yesterday, but it certainly won't be the same. So what can you do with what you can control to make today better? How can you make this week better than last week? If Jess and Casey's past is any indication of what to expect from them in the future, the outlook is so very positive. Thank you guys for everything that you gave to the softball program, the Waldwick school community, and to me personally.
Next up, Coach Freeman and the baseball team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The 2020 baseball season would have been a special one. Beginning in June of 2019, these guys got after it on the field and off in order to prepare for the 2020 season. They played summer baseball, attended private instruction, and did off-season team workouts. We returned the most dangerous lineup in the league and an improved pitching staff. Without further ado, here are the 2020 seniors. Joe Brunner finishes his high school career as a 3-year varsity starter and a 4-year player. As a freshman, Joe saw playing time off the bench with his keen eye and his ability to drive the baseball. As a sophomore, Joe shined as a utility player. He could catch, play first, third, or the outfield. He had .296 with 2 walk-off home runs and 19 RBIs. His selflessness came in handy once again when in his junior season he was moved from first base to the outfield. He finished the season with a .426 batting average, 7 doubles, 5 home runs, and 24 RBIs. He was a first-team All-League selection in the outfield. He finished in the top 10 in the state in slugging percentage. His whole career he battled through a bad foot and ankle to help his team however he could. Joe was rewarded for his hard work and leadership ability by being named captain for the 2020 season. The Waldwick baseball program wishes Joe Brunner the best of luck as he heads off to Villanova University to study business. Lou Fabo finishes his Waldwick high school career as a 4-year varsity starter. Lou came into the program and started from day one in an infield that was full of college baseball players. In his freshman season, Lou hit .369 with 24 hits, 5 doubles, and 16 RBIs. He was named one of the best freshman baseball players in New Jersey. As a sophomore, Lou hit .366 with 26 hits. Again, he was named one of the best sophomore baseball players in New Jersey. As a junior, Lou earned first-team All-League and third-team All-County honors after compiling 35 hits, including 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run, for a .500 batting average. Lou's dedication and commitment to Waldwick baseball helped him earn the title of captain for the 2020 season. Lou is headed to Ithaca College to continue his academic and athletic career. Anthony Lindsey came on strong in the summer entering his senior baseball season. His teammates will never forget some big-time performances from him over the years. His first high school at-bat resulted in a game-winning grand slam against Lyndhurst. He pitched a complete game 3-hitter against the Mezzo Cardinals in a summer league game, helped himself out with some ridiculously athletic plays off the mound, and he had a monster home run against Midland Park's summer team last year. Anthony selflessly put off surgery this offseason so that he would be able to play baseball in his senior year and help the team out in any way he could. He was poised to be a big bat and cover a lot of ground for us in the outfield. Anthony's headed to Bergen Community College in the fall. Luke Manzano stood out from the moment he took his first swings in the high school program. It was clear he was going to be a good bat down the road. Over the years, Luke worked his tail off to perfect his craft. On the lower levels, when it became clear that Luke had a strong arm, the coaching staff worked to develop him into a pitcher. What shocked us was the movement of his curveball. In every facet of the game, Luke worked hard to develop into a starter on the varsity level. After serving as a bat off the bench in his junior season, Luke looked as if he was going to win a starting spot in the outfield, a relief spot in the pitching rotation, and a bat in the middle of the lineup. Luke came through big as a junior with a pinch hit at bat that resulted in bringing in the winning run against Dumont late in the game. Luke is headed to Sacred Heart University next year, where he plans to study business. Jacob Post finishes his high school career as a 2-year starter. For his varsity career, Jacob finishes with a .333 batting average and a .286 ERA. Jacob has the thickest skin of any player I've seen. A favorite target of his teammates, Jacob is rarely rattled and enjoys busting chops. In his junior season, Jacob came in against Dumont as a relief pitcher and came through to secure the win. Later in the season, Jacob pitched 3 innings of relief and came through at bat with an RBI single that ended up being the winning run. Heading into this season, Jacob was ready to be a big-time starting pitcher. He is headed to Stockton University in the fall to study communications with a concentration in media production. Ryan Snayer leaves an immeasurable impact on the Waldwick baseball program. As a junior, he hit .379 with 25 hits, including 6 doubles and 2 home runs. He had massive offensive performances against New Milford, where he went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, and a 4 for 4 game against Dumont with a double. Defensively, he helped in any way he could. He played third base. He played first base. He pitched. He proved to be a slick fielding first baseman and was named second team All-League. This year, he comprised one half of the Bash Brother duo alongside Joe Brunner, and he was set to be our leadoff hitter. Ryan was noted for his relentless work ethic. He's a gym rat who just couldn't get enough of lifting weights. Ryan is headed to Tampa University to study exercise science. Thank you for your time and good luck to the class of 2020.
Finishing up the night, Coach Wiseman and Coach Wall with the track team, winter and spring.
Congratulations to all the seniors at Waldwick High School. You have given your program success and so many memories that will last a lifetime. We wish that this season could have gone differently, but it is important to focus on all of the positives and cherish the memories that you made with your teammates over the years. For the boys track team, the season of 2020 was going to be the season of hope. Back when most of you were sophomores, track was an event that you had to learn about. It was unlike football, soccer, lacrosse, or baseball that you had grown up with. Each of you had to learn something new and find out where to excel. For some, certain events came easy, while for others, there was a learning curve. Every practice and every meet offered an opportunity to get better. The progress that was being made from season to season was exciting to see, whether it was on the track, in the throwing circles, or on the runways. When the season started, most of you were entering your second or third season of spring track and had experienced enough success to believe that something special was attainable, not only individually, but from a team perspective. Many of you understood what was necessary to make a name for yourself in an event. You could clearly see and understand what was needed to reach your ultimate goal. As a group, you are not just the largest number of seniors on the track team in the last 20 years, but more importantly, you are all friends. You enjoyed being in the company of each other. You were excited to see each other do well, and you pushed each other to find success. While it would have been great to have that noteworthy performance of your senior year that highlights all of your hard work, that was not what you were going to reminisce about in the future. You are always going to remember the enjoyment of competing with each other, of supporting each other at meets and at practice, of eventful bus rides homes, of playful banter in the weight room, and of the times you spent hanging out in Boz's office. Those memories that you shared together are those that you are going to look back and remember for the remainder of your life.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to address the girls' track team as a whole. For the girls' track team, there was no doubt that the spring season of 2020 was on pace to be one of the best seasons in Waldwick track history. It was something that I and the other coaches were very much looking forward to, and I know the team was as well. The girls' team essentially doubled in numbers from last year, and we had only lost 2 seniors coming into this season. With all of the key players from last year's success returning, and with the coaches having a good idea of what new roles the underclassmen would be taking, we were confident and ready to defend 3 championship titles. Aside from what the success was on the horizon from the team as a whole, there was also plenty of individual success among the team that would have included several school records to be broken, and a majority of those new school records would have been from the senior class. With all of this being said, I want the seniors to know that all of the success the track program has had over the past 4 years doesn't happen in a large part without you. You are the core of this team, and I wish I could see you all compete one more time. Even though that isn't possible, I do want to let you know how important you are to me. You were sophomores when I became the head coach, and last year you helped bring in 3 championship titles, which were my first as the head coach. You were a part of a team that was nominated for Team of the Year in the county. These are all things I am so grateful for, and I am so lucky that I get to remember the relationships that I have built with this amazing group over the past 4 years in the winter and spring. You are all an incredible group of talented and smart young women who each have such bright, meaningful futures ahead of you. Thank you for everything. You have made me a better coach, and I will reflect on the lessons you have taught me for years to come. And just remember, you can visit at any time. The coaches thought a lot about what to get the seniors as a gift this year, especially since there are 17 of you. So we decided that what better represents track than a baton. I know that there are throwers and jumpers that have never ran a race or a relay before, but I will say that when I was a senior, we were given batons. See, I still have it from almost 12 years ago. And it's just something special to remember your team and teammates by, as well as all of your accomplishments. So we can't wait for you guys to see them, and we hope that you enjoy it.
Sebastian Gonzales, long jump, high jump, and hurdles. Sebastian was going to be a jumper and probably also a hurdler this season. From the first day, Sebastian was ready to be a competitor. He is always up for a challenge and works very hard to get better at whatever he tries. Watching someone do something well only motivates him to work harder so that he can keep up. Sebastian never wanted to take the easy way out on a workout, and in fact would ask for something to be made more difficult. He seamlessly fit into the team, despite having only joined as a senior. It was a huge disappointment to not be able to see what he would have been able to accomplish this season. Sebastian has all the skills and motivation to be successful in whatever he tries, and we look forward to seeing what he accomplishes. Best of luck to Sebastian, as he will be attending the world's greatest university, Rutgers University.
Brandon Goings, shot put and discus. As a thrower, Brandon was surrounded by a lot of competition among his teammates. If anything, this prompted him to always try his hardest in the circle, if it was at practice or a meet. He really liked the days where we got to throw in practice. He would always be the first person down at the circle ready to go. He even had his own discus, which was very impressive and showed that he enjoyed the sport enough to want his own to compete and practice with. Brandon always asked how long or how many throws we would get so that he could make sure he made the most of each throw. To this day, I'm not sure which event Brandon enjoyed more, shot or disc, because he threw each with the same amount of ferocity. He rounded out the disc and shot relay teams during relay season and tried his best individually in meets, being in a very competitive league. Brandon will be attending Monmouth University in the fall, and we want to wish him the best of luck. Hermes Blazo, shot put and discus. As a throwing coach, I was very excited to have someone like Hermes join the track team. Coming into the sport, he already enjoyed lifting and knew how to use all of the equipment. He was also someone that I could go to and ask what he would like to see more of in the workouts. He was very helpful when it came to showing the underclassmen how to properly lift and what weight they should use to start with. Hermes was someone that might be the last one left still working out because he wanted to make sure he got a lift in even after an extensive throwing workout. After that, he would then ask for help on his form. There were times where I had to tell him to take a break because he was working too hard, which doesn't happen with a lot of athletes. There was no doubt Armas would have had a tremendous personal record in all of his events this spring, after coming off a great winter season where he learned so much with the glide and shot put. I will miss Armas's work ethic, as it was very hard to find in an athlete. I will also miss hanging out with him in the weight room, as he provided much needed comic relief and got along with the team so well. Thanks for all your hard work, Armas, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Kai Della Penna, shot put. I feel like it was John McHugh and Mr. Wiseman that are responsible for getting Kai interested in joining track, and for that I am very thankful. I remember the first time I put a shot put in Kai's hand. Without any effort, he threw it the farthest I had seen a Waldwick High School male thrower throw the shot in my time coaching. After learning the proper footwork, Kai became one of the top shot throwers in our league last year, and in his final meet of the season threw his personal best, which was nearly 40 feet. There was no doubt Kai would have thrown beyond 40 this spring, but he still had the best throw for us I have seen as a throwing coach for the past 8 seasons. Kai worked really well in the weight room and was someone I could trust to get his workout done, as well as make sure others did as well. As much as I would have liked him to try discus more, it just wasn't his thing. Kai specialized in shot put and worked hard to master the glide. He was our number 1 when it came to the shot put relay. He is going to be very hard to replace next year, and I don't know when Waldwick will see another shot thrower of his caliber, but we want to wish him the best of luck at LaSalle in the fall.
Elisha Armas, shot put and discus. As a member of the spring track team for 4 seasons, Elisha worked hard to improve each year. Her main events were discus and shot put, and last year at county relays, she had a very large role in being a part of both of these relay teams. I could always trust Elisha in the weight room, as working out was something that she looked forward to doing each day. She was someone that I could give the task of showing the younger athletes how to do something from the workout. She was a great teammate to all the throwers and got along with everyone. Her personality allowed her to get along with the throwers especially, and supply some much-needed comic relief during a long, hard practice. Elisha will be enjoying the Florida sun next year, year-round, as she will be attending Lynn University. Thank you for a great 4 years, Elisha, and best of luck.
Nick Raffaelli, middle distance and javelin. Nick is one of the great characters that the track team has ever had on it. Nick has a way of getting everyone to enjoy practice by making them laugh. On the track, Nick would help the team out in any event needed. Nothing demonstrates Nick's dedication to the team more than his willingness to be on a relay team. Not only would Nick volunteer, he will tell you that he will not only do the job better than any of his teammates, but better than world record holders, and Nick might not even know which event he is going to help out in yet. For his senior quote, Nick chose, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." I find this quote extremely fitting for most students going through high school, but this resonates with me regarding Nick. I've had the luxury of not only being Nick's coach, but also his teacher for honors chemistry and advanced placement chemistry. And all 3 parts of this quote are life lessons that can be applied to him not only on the track, but also in the classroom. Over the years, Nick has gotten out of his comfort zone and took academic and athletic risk in order to grow, which demonstrates you are braver than you believe. The second phrase in his quote of stronger than you seem, well, for Nick, that might not be possible. Nick will tell anyone who is listening how strong he is in the weight room. But to me, stronger than you seem means that you are willing to push yourself and believe that you can achieve what you put your mind to. Finally, we get to smarter than you think, which is appropriate as I don't think Nick appreciates what he's going to be capable of in the future when he gets to college and makes use of all those resources available to him. Best of luck to Nick at The Ohio State University. Congrats, Nick.
Billy Powell's middle distance and hurdles. Not having a spring season was something that I was really sad about, especially in Billy's case. He was on the winter track team with the intention of using that season to get ready for spring track, especially the 400-meter hurdles. Throughout his time on the track team, Billy gave us tremendous effort and energy. Now on the surface you look at Billy and he doesn't exactly fit the mold of a hurdler, but if you truly examine the 400 hurdles, you can understand why that is an event that Billy gravitated towards. You have to be willing to challenge yourself mentally and physically, as the event requires you to overcome 10 obstacles for a quarter of a mile. When we had hurdle tryouts during his junior year, Billy totally surprised me with how quickly he picked up the event, and he saw that he could be our lead 400-meter hurdler. Not bad for a guy who isn't one of the taller members of the team. By the end of his junior season, Billy was really starting to understand hurdling, and it would have been great to see how much he would have progressed this season. Throughout his career, Billy has been willing to do what we asked of him from a running event perspective. Billy reminds me of the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going. He would push himself during practices as he wanted to be successful in competition. He has a strong will and determination that allowed him to do well on track. That internal motivation of overcoming a challenge and wanting to be successful is a character trait that just should serve Billy well down the road. Best of luck in the future, Billy Powles. Megan Woods, 400 and 800 meters, but once a high jumper, 55-meter dash, 200 runner, and a willing pole vault participant this past spring. Megan is one of those athletes that gets appreciated by what she contributed to the track team on a day-to-day basis. From practices on the track or in the hallway to the weight rooms and to meets, Megan was always looking to challenge herself. A quote that Megan wrote for her senior resume was, "You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them," which I find very fitting for her. Megan is a goal setter, and once she sets her mind on something, she is determined to accomplish it. At times, the journey was difficult and possibly frustrating, but that never soured Megan. Instead, she embraced the challenge that this sport can be, which enabled her to appreciate and take satisfaction in her noteworthy performances. Megan was a wonderful leader by example for the younger athletes. There were times this past winter where I asked Megan to work with the newer athletes because I knew she would transmit the traits that I hope the younger athletes develop and learn. Megan is a young woman that the Woods family should be proud of, and one that the Waldwick track and field team will miss sorely. Best of luck to Megan as she continues her education at Montclair State University.
Ben Sherlow, discus and triple jump. Out of the senior throwers, we had 3 that specialized in one event: John javelin, Kai shot put, and Ben discus. As much as I tried to get him to try something new during practice, this was quite often when he first started the team. We would learn more and more that javelin and shot were just not for him. Eventually, I became okay with that because I was finding that he was growing more and more into the spin, footwork, and discus and was getting really comfortable in the circle. He was also willing to put in the work in the weight room and build a stronger core, as well as agility drills for faster footwork. He split up practice time last year when we were focusing on other throwing events by competing in triple jump and learning the ropes as a jumper. I could give Ben a drill, and he would work on perfecting it for the entire practice. When he wasn't outside in the discus circle, he was jamming out in the weight room, often taking turns with John as a DJ and choice of music for the team. Ben was also someone that provided support and cheered on his teammates during their respective events. He also did this at practice too. Practice will not be the same next year without Ben providing the music selection and helping to organize the weight room once everyone had left. That was something that was almost a daily occurrence from him, and I wish I had more time to learn his organization skills. In terms of competing, I will miss watching Ben throw the discus too. There was no doubt that he would have been in for a new personal record this season, and getting the chance to continually break that in the competitive meets throughout the season. I didn't have a plan to let the throwers actually throw the first week of practice because I really wanted to focus on conditioning and footwork, but a few of the seniors, including Ben, convinced me to, and I am so glad I listened to them because I got to see them throw one last time on our field. Ben probably had some of his best throws ever that day. I'm going to have to find someone new to demonstrate discus for me next year, but I want to wish Ben the best of luck at Kutztown in the fall. Thanks for everything, Ben.
Ethan Kucharski, javelin, discus, and hurdles. Ever since his sophomore year, Ethan has been a member of the track team, and with each passing season, you could not be more impressed with the work ethic that Ethan has shown. As a sophomore, Ethan concentrated primarily on the javelin and discus and showed promise in those events as evidenced by medaling in the javelin at the county division championship. But all during his sophomore year, Ethan expressed an interest in doing more for the team. Second to only his work ethic, his dedication to the team would be a standout trait of his. As a junior, we needed help in the hurdles, and Ethan stepped up and found another event that he could do well in. Now he was scoring points in dual meets for us in the 110-meter high hurdles, javelin, and discus. He medaled at our league championship in both the discus and the hurdles, and followed that up by medaling in the hurdles at our county division championship. And let's not forget the county seat invitational, where Ethan placed third overall with a throw in the javelin that puts him in the top 5 all-time at Waldwick. You could see that Ethan was developing into one of the key members of our team. This past winter, Ethan advanced to the finals of our conference and state sectional championships in the 55-meter hurdles. Like many male athletes, Ethan was getting better with age and experience. A quote of his is that it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That quote fits Ethan very well. While this is a football quote, it applies to Ethan on the track. He has always been resilient. He has realized that nothing worth appreciating comes easy. Ethan uses a previous performance as fuel for the next time he competes in an event. It is obvious that he was the quarterback of the football team, as he has the ability not to get too high or too low on what just happened, but moves on to the next race or the next throw. Ethan was always asking for another rep in practice so that he could be prepared as possible for an upcoming competition. If we had another season, there's no doubt that he would have moved up on the top 5 list of our javelin throwers. Not only a wonderful leader, but an even better young man. We have no doubt that Ethan will be successful at Kutztown University. Tara Lambert, jumps, hurdles, and the 800 meters. Tara is just a tremendous young woman to be around. Athletically, she is very self-aware and has a determination to do whatever it takes to reach her goal. Everyone knows that soccer is Tara's passion, as she will be playing soccer for Montclair State University. Because she always intended to play soccer on the collegiate level, her practices needed to be altered to blend in with her soccer training. With that, Tara was put into the weight room a lot more than the average track athlete in our program. And as a result, I think Tara has given us a model of how to train our future jumpers. Tara put a lot of work in the weight room, and I think that paid off for her big time. As a junior, Tara was our league champion and county division champion in the triple jump. This past year, Tara wanted to transition towards more running events, and she was able to medal in the 800 at the indoor state sectional championship. One might look at Tara and say that she is versatile, that she can run and jump, which is true, but I think it is indicative of a quote that Tara chose to describe her. Work in silence, let your success be the noise. Tara worked for all of her accomplishments. When she was at practice, she was there to get one step closer to her ultimate goal of being the best athlete that she could be. It is not an accident that Tara was able to accomplish what she did on the track and on the soccer field. Tara leaves us as the 2018 Northern New Jersey Sophomore Invitational Champion in Triple Jump, a Bergen County Meet of Champions participant as a result of being the 2019 County Divisional Champion in the Triple Jump, a 7-time individual medalist at the county division level, a 5-time individual medalist at the league level, and she is also the number 8 all-time triple jumper that Waldwick has ever produced. Furthermore, Tara leaves us with 2 school records. She was a member of our 3x400 meter intermediate hurdle relay team last year, and most recently she was on our indoor 4x800 meter relay team this past winter. We wish Tara the best of luck at Montclair State University.
Frank Cavallo, high jump, long jump, javelin, and this past winter, hurdles. When Frank joined the team, we pretty much knew that based off his height, he was an automatic jumper. I think that Frank didn't mind that either, because it meant he didn't have to do a lot of running, and he could lift in the weight room, which was something he enjoyed. He also grew more fond of his role and enjoyed it as he started to realize and see how successful he could be. Frank made a name for himself as a sophomore when he was jumping 5 feet 10 inches in high jump, which was something that the coaches hadn't seen in a while. Last year, Frank joined the javelin relay team after a lot of convincing. I actually gave him a hard time about trying javelin because his role as a jumper was too important to the team, but to my surprise, it turned out he was a very good javelin thrower and rounded out the relay team very nicely. He also competed at leagues and sectionals individually for javelin, and for not getting to practice as much as the other throwers, he ended the season on a high note. This past winter, Frank began to learn how to hurdle, and again, based off his height, this was something that as he learned, he started to excel in. Even though he was looking forward to competing in hurdles this spring, where he would have provided much competition in the league, he did get to compete in a few meets in the winter. This past winter, he had a lot of success in high jump, where he and Rashawn became the school record holders for the indoor high jump at county relays. I was very happy to learn that Frank is going to continue his track career at college at Bergen Community. Frank loves to compete, and he is very good at what he does. Competition drives him, and he always wants to do well. As long as he finds a way to continue to keep his shins healthy, there's no doubt he will be an asset to his college team. Frank leaves Waldwick having achieved the following: school record holder for the indoor high jump relay, top 10 all-time at Waldwick High School in high jump, 2018 Northern New Jersey Sophomore Invitational High Jump Champion, the 2018 Bergen County Divisional Champion in high jump, the state sectional medalist in high jump for indoor, a 2-time league conference medalist for high jump in indoor, and a 2-time county divisional medalist in high jump. Congratulations on a great track career, Frank. Best of luck at the collegiate level.
And that brings us to Jillian Reynolds, distance runner. When I look back to Jillian's freshman year, the signs were there that she was going to be one of the best distance runners that Waldwick has ever had. For distance runners, there is a certain body type that is required. There is an internal motivation to push yourself that must be present, a self-awareness of your potential, and an understanding that success will be a product of what you put into your training. Jillian had the talent and intelligence to understand all of those requirements. Throughout her career, I held her to different standards as the expectations were different for her. Over the last 4 years, Jillian was probably asked to do more running than any other athlete in this program. No matter what the race was, Jillian was always someone we could turn to when we needed someone to compete in an event. And while at times the journey was bumpy, I hope that Jillian knew, or now knows, that all of the coaches put her in those situations because she was always our best option for the last 4 years. If there was a question as to what to do regarding who should be in a relay or who needs to compete in a certain event, Jillian Reynolds was always the answer. And while at times that might have been unfair to Jillian, it is a compliment as to how the coaching staff viewed her and how the team needed her. Jillian leaves Waldwick as the 2017 Bergen County Girls Freshman Champion in the 3200, a Bergen County Meet of Champions participant as a result of being the 2018 County Division Champ in the 2 mile, a 3-time individual medalist at our Indoor Conference Championship, a 5-time medalist at our League Championship for Spring Track, an astonishing 11-time medalist at the county divisional level. She medaled in every race that she participated in at the county divisional level in high school, a 4-time sectional medalist for indoor track, and an 8-time sectional medalist for outdoor track. She is one of 3 distance runners that Waldwick has ever had to be ranked in the top 10 all-time in the 800, 1600, and 3200. This shows tremendous range as a runner. Jillian was also a member of our 4x800 indoor relay team that set the school record this past winter. But more than a runner, Jillian is the model student athlete, as she is also the valedictorian for the class of 2020. We wish Jillian the best of luck at Villanova University. Michael Carver, distance. Just like Nick, Michael is also an athlete that I have had for track, honors chemistry, advanced placement chemistry, but also for cross country. I don't really remember the last day that Michael and I haven't dealt with each other in an academic or athletic setting. As a sophomore, I was able to see how talented Michael was on the track, but it wasn't until his junior year where he really started to push himself as a runner and me as a coach. Throughout Michael's running career, he has continually given himself different challenges and goals to which I believe he will look back and find joy in what he has accomplished. Michael is one of the more talented distance runners that we have had at Waldwick High School. I give Michael a tremendous amount of credit as he embraced distance running when not many people at school did. Michael has demonstrated range in events from 400 meters all the way up to 5,000 meters. This season had the potential for Michael to have his best one yet, as he was a medalist in both the league and county divisional level last year in the 800. His quote of "life is pain and we need to scrape the joy out of it every chance we get" can be appropriate for Michael as a runner. Many people don't understand or embrace the pain that distance runners endure on their runs. Eventually, though, the runner appreciates the satisfaction of pushing oneself to points where he or she didn't seem possible. Whether he realized it or not, Michael taught all of the younger runners this life lesson. They looked to him for approval and guidance, and he gave them the belief of what can be attained by example. After a workout, Michael was the big brother that the younger athletes wanted to be around and be like. What I find remarkable about Michael is that he was able to figure out how to be this big brother all by himself when he never had an older teammate to turn to. I just think that shows Michael's tremendous character as not just a runner, but as a person. We wish Michael the best of luck at Tulane University. Lauren Crossan sprints. I believe sophomore year was Lauren's first year on the track team, and she was an athlete that had a nice season, and I thought she would be a nice complementary piece to the track team. It looked like she might be a number 2 leg on a relay team, an athlete that might score some points for the team in a dual meet. And then as a junior, Lauren was making some progress, and because of the graduation of athletes from the previous year, she was someone that the team needed to step up. But in my dealing with Lauren up until that point, she was a little shy and timid. So we had some talks about expectations and gaining confidence, and if you want something, don't wait for someone to give it to you, but you have to go get it. And for much of her junior year, I wondered if I was getting through to her. But at our county division championship, the light went on. Lauren realized that she has to take fate into her own hands and started a 3-week stretch that I haven't seen too often in my career. She transformed herself into the anchor leg we needed in the 4x400 meter relay, a top 5 sprinter all-time for Waldwick in the 100-meter dash, and became the school record holder in the 200 meters. In the winter, she picked up where she left off by advancing to the Group 1 state championship in the 55 and in the 400-meter dash. And along the way, she was the conference champion in the 55. Lauren also was the anchor on the 4x800 meter relay team that broke the school record for indoor track. What many people don't know about Lauren is that she works just as hard off the track as she does on the track. After practices, she'll go to our weight room and do a workout, and then she'll ask what she can do later at her own gym. She is a strong and tough young lady that we will miss greatly. Lauren has the most range that I have ever encountered from a sprinter at Waldwick High School. From the 55 meters all the way up to the 800 meters, Lauren has an accomplishment that is significant in the history of Waldwick High School track and field. Lauren leaves Waldwick High School as a Bergen County Meet of Champions participant, a 2-time division medalist, a 2-time league medalist, a 3-time medalist at the state sectional level for outdoor track, a 2-time medalist at the state sectional level for indoor track, a top 5 all-time performer in the 100 meters, and she is also the school record holder in the indoor 4x800 meter relay and the outdoor 200 meter dash. If we had a spring season, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that Lauren would have lowered the school record in the 200 and possibly have had the school record in the 100 and more than likely would have had the school record in the 400. Best of luck to Lauren as she attends Bergen Community College.
John McHugh, javelin. John is the third McHugh who has come through the Waldwick track program, and the second to be a star javelin thrower. John joined the team when he was a sophomore, in which he made a name for himself in the league and section. By the time he was a junior, it didn't take long for him to not only break the school record, but annihilate it with a throw of 171.3. At the time of that throw, it was the best in Bergen County. This happened at Aviator Relays, and they don't have that much space there. If John had thrown it much further, he would have given the spectators in the bleachers a reason to run. Last year, John was among the top throwers in Group 1, and I would have a lot of coaches and officials comment to me about how they loved watching him throw. I even had a coach tell me that his competition with their athlete made meets more exciting. There are also only 2 athletes I have ever broken out into hives from being so nervous and excited for them during competition. John is one of them, and his sister Erin was another. Watching John throw the javelin was something special. From how he warmed up for a meet to releasing the throw, there was always something special about it, and you knew each throw was going to be one of his best. I think a lot of this has to do with how from his sophomore to junior and even senior year, John changed his workout routine and really worked during the off season to get stronger and faster for the runway. His favorite quote of "hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard" plays into how much work he put into the weight room on non-throwing days and how much time he spent perfecting his approach. Javelin is a very technical event, and it doesn't just come naturally because it's so different than throwing a baseball or a football. You have to work at it and train your arm, and that is something that John did every day. Some important facts and figures from John's career include the 2018 Northern New Jersey Sophomore Invitation Champion, 2019 Jack Yockers Bergen County Relays Division D Champion, and the 2019 Aviator Invitational Champion. John finishes his Waldwick High School track career with the school record in javelin, making him the best javelin thrower Waldwick has ever had. I am so grateful and honored that I got to coach him and be there to see all of his success. He is a tremendous athlete in person and comes from one of the best families I know. I wish him the best of luck at Lincoln Tech, where he will become a great electrician one day. Thank you for everything, John. Samantha Stallard, 55-meter hurdles, 100-meter hurdles, 400-meter intermediate hurdles, 4x8 relay, 4x4 relay. Sam is the type of athlete that every coach wishes they could make a clone for their team. Hardworking, dedicated, driven, competitive, smart, goal-oriented, team player, respectful. I could go on, but these are just a few. She has been a part of the track program for 8 seasons of winter and spring combined. During each of those seasons and years, she has grown into a stronger, faster, and more competitive athlete. To me, Sam is without a doubt the hardest working athlete that I have worked with. With that said, I have coached a lot of talented and hardworking athletes, but Sam is special in that category. She would be the last one on the track with Wiseman until her form was perfect and felt right. She would be the last one in the weight room until she got a lift in after her track workout. She would be the first one on the track at a meet warming up, even if she wasn't in the first event. She would work out at home if she couldn't stay and lift. She worked in the off-season to build up her endurance and get stronger. To Sam, it's almost like there is no off-season in track, unless, of course, it's soccer season. But all of these things show how dedicated and hardworking she truly has been for the past 4 years. They also show how Sam has had one of the most successful careers of anyone in Waldwick track and field program, and having gotten to know Sam, she wouldn't settle for anything less. Sam is just the beginning of the Stallard dynasty for the track team. While her sisters will continue to have the field portion covered, Sam has accomplished many things on the track. Some of her accomplishments include placing 4th at the Bergen County Meet of Champions in the 400-meter hurdles last year. This was one of the most exciting races I had seen her compete in. She is a 3-time sectional medalist in winter track and a 6-time sectional medalist in spring track. She's a 7-time medalist at the County Division Championship, and she won back-to-back years in 2018 and 2019 the 100 hurdles, and in 2019 she won the 400-meter hurdles. She's a 3-time medalist in the NJIC League Conference for indoor track. She is a 4-time league champion for spring track with back-to-back victories in the 100-meter hurdles in 2018 and 19, and in 2019 she was the champion in the 400 hurdles and the 4x4 relay. Sam also holds 2 individual school records and is part of a relay team that holds 3 other school records. This might actually be the most school records held by a Waldwick track and field athlete. She is the school record holder of the 100-meter hurdles, 55-meter hurdles, the 4x100-meter relay, the 3x400-meter hurdle relay, and the indoor 4x8-meter relay. With having 3 out of the 4 hurdle records, I know she was out for the 400-meter hurdle record this spring, and there was no doubt she would have achieved that. I think she would have even gotten it within one of the first dual meets of the season. This was something I was personally rooting for her to achieve as well because my best friend currently has the record, and it would have been great to see her face when I told her she didn't have it anymore. Sam's accomplishments truly go unmatched, but her attitude and support of her fellow teammates is also one of her attributes that I will miss. She was always there to root for her teammates during their competition, and as soon as she finished her leg of the relay, she stepped off the track to only run across the field and make sure the next person with the baton could hear her guiding them along the way. As a throwing coach, I spent a lot of time away from the track and near the throwing circles. This was an exception for Sam's races. With the help of her sister Emma, I would step away to watch her run and cross the finish line before getting back to the throwers. While I won't see Sam run in a Waldwick track uniform again, I am looking forward to watching her compete in maroon and white at Springfield College next year, where I know she will be quick to make a name for herself and accomplish just as much, if not more, at the collegiate level. Thank you for everything, Sam. It's been an honor and a pleasure to watch you compete in both the winter and spring seasons. There is no doubt you are going to crush it at Springfield. Best of luck.
Parents, thank you for all that you've done over the years, supporting your children at the meets, traveling to places such as Toms River, Randolph, New York City Armory, Ocean Breeze in Staten Island, FDU. These last 4 years have been a wonderful learning experience for me to get to know your children. I feel like it's an honor and a privilege for us as coaches to just play a small part of your children's life. And it's just so nice to see the wonderful young men and women that you have helped foster in your home. Thank you again. And seniors, thank you so much for all you've done for this program over the years.
I just want to say thank you to all the seniors. You guys worked so hard these past 4 years, and I know that this was not how we wanted you guys to go out. You guys had so much to offer the program, and you were going to do such great things this year. But that doesn't mean that you're going to stop doing great things in the future. Whatever you need, please come back and ask us for help, for anything. We're always here to support you. You guys really helped build this program up to what it is, and you're such role models for the underclassmen that I know that that they're going to continue to make this program so great. So I just really appreciate everything that you guys have done and how welcoming you were for me as a new coach. And I just really hope that you guys keep in touch in the future and you come back and visit because we did not get enough time with you. Thank you so much for all you guys did, and I look forward to hearing about all of your success.
Hi guys, I just want to say thank you so much to all the seniors. It's been an awesome 4 years. I really couldn't have picked a better group to start with, and I want to thank you guys for that. I'm really sad to see you go. You guys taught me so much about myself as a coach, as a person, as a runner, and I want to thank you for that, and I want to thank you for keeping the practices exciting and fun, and you guys just really set the bar high. You're all very dedicated athletes. You were great role models and great leaders and just overall hard workers. And it always makes our job easier when people are willing to, you know, put in the work and be the dedicated athletes that you guys are. So I want to thank you for that. And I wish you guys the best of luck in college, and always come back and visit, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns or anything. So I'm going to miss you guys, and I wish you the best of luck.
I just want to say thank you again to all the seniors who've been a part of the Waldwick track program, whether it's been 8 seasons, 4 seasons. You guys have left a tremendous impact, not only on the coaches, but on your fellow underclassmen, teammates, and each other as well. I really hope that the last practice that we had is not the last time that I get to see all of you guys, because I miss you so much. So please stay in touch, and you guys are going to do amazing things at college and the next level, no matter where life takes you. Best of luck.
This concludes our ceremony. Congratulations again to the 2020 seniors. Go Warriors.